Hey guys, Manitov back with you again, doing part 2 of testing the Visionaire's siege defense. Let's go ahead and hop right on in, and I'll be taking on Axis defenses today. So, here's the first one. We got Bulwark, Amelia, and Miho on defense. So, I am taking in Sierra, Garochi, and Fran. The way I look at it is, like I said in the last video, two of the same element unit made it easier to manipulate. I brought the Garochi purely to entertain both the Bulwark and the Amelia. Garochi has a passive where he heals for 10% of his health every turn, and as a part of that passive, doubles the amount of healing he takes every turn, so he does 20%. So Fran's always going to keep him topped off. There's no way Bulwark is going to kill Garochi. And Amelia can freeze him, taunt him, do whatever Amelia wants to do, while I just work my way around with Sierra. So, pretty easy defense to manipulate. I mean, you don't even have to go to a fire werewolf. I mean, if you wanted to, you could bring an Arnold. Probably get the same effect. They might work them down a little faster, but you got a healer. No threat. I think what this defense was planning on was the Miho solo ability, but in a 5-star tower, Miho is not really a threat. So many ways just to snipe out a Miho. So, we'll go to the next one. We got Kamoon, Savannah, and Annabelle on defense. So I brought Fire Cannon Girl, Vanessa, and Leo. Even post nerf, the Beast Hunters are still, or Beast Riders are still great. But the Bane is their speed scaling damage. So Leo pretty much negates any rune set that you put on him, minus the speed buff that Savannah gives itself, which is only, what, a 33% increase to speed, or 30%, so pretty much negated Savannah's damage output. I put both my Vanessa and Fire Cannon Girl on Will, so I was not worried too much about the Annabelle's 3-turn defense break, which did land on Leo, which was fortunate because I wanted Leo to die. So, and Kamoon will always target Leo unless there's a defense broken unit. That's why my Fire Cannon Girl is on double Will. I get 2 turns of not having to worry about defense break. This was the specific purpose why I built this particular unit. The Fire Cannon Girl was for the Kamoons. Its skill 3 does do destroy defense. Because of the rune sets that I had available to make the double will comp, the damage isn't great, but I am working on it. Alright, next one we have Jean, Theo, and Harmonia on defense. So I decided I would have some fun with another werewolf. Chacon is amazing, especially against Theomars. You can instantly put his passive on a cooldown and also eliminate the threat of the defense break unless it goes proc crazy, because Chacon's second skill is a 2-turn multi-hit, so you reset 2 skill cooldowns, which is max cooldown for Mega Crush or Triple Smash or whatever. Oh no, I'm gonna lose my Fran. Nah, I'm okay. Solid defense, pretty meta relevant, or meta, I should say. But once again, something that's been around for quite a while, so the counters are plentiful for this particular defense. Now, what I should have done the turn prior was go for the attack bar reset on the Harmonia, but I decided to see if I could sneak in just enough damage to kill the Theo. But my Cowgirl is on a speed HP defense build, so it is not crit damage. So I did not eke out the extra damage I needed. The only downside to Chacon's passive is for his resets to work, he needs to have more HP than the target he's attacking, which is the reason why I brought Fran, because I figured between Fran having 2 heals that it would keep my Chacon topped off. But as you see, it got low, so they started targeting it. So it made the fight drag out a little longer than I wanted it to. Overall, decent defense though, no complaints. And as you see, the Wind Werewolf Chacon does do defense based off of his max HP, and I believe mine is a speed HP build. I did not do crit damage on him either because I wanted him to be able to soak some hits and still have remaining HP to increase the cooldowns. Alright. We got the Light Dryad, Skogul, and Molly. So I decided to bring Rauk, Astar, and Vertiheel. Got some turn cycling, got some big damage. As usual, my Rauk's reliability for the defense break is lacking. But I just figured I don't have any support for heals, so I would turn cycle as much as I could, and bringing the big damage from Astar after the new buff. Like, I am impressed. And watch the Light Dryad disappear. So be forewarned, you will see quite a few more Astar spotlights in the relatively near future. The 100% damage increase on a rage build, if worked in properly on a siege defense, I mean, it wrecks. Next one we have Luis, the Fire Beast Rider, and Bastet. So I brought my Bastet, which is faster. Ritesh, and Brandia, because that's a meta PvP unit. So we're just going to go ahead and eliminate the threat of the defense break right there. It has attack power, it can attack my Ritesh all at once. I got a rather beefy Ritesh. Mine is slow, but beefy. The nice thing about Brandia is a lot of DPS do require a setup like a defense break or something to that effect to be landed for their damage. And if immunity or a shield is up, it negates part of the DPS's damage. Brandia actually takes into account the buffs on the unit you're attacking and adds extra damage for them. So mine in no way is built for PvP. As you can see, 0 resistance. Mine's purely for the old school speed R5 and I use it in Rift Beasts for high damage output. But even with attack break, still 20k through shield. So, yeah. Just figured I would have a bit of sport with this defense. Nice wings on the Bastet though. It's all about the game mechanics at this point. That's what got the win. I just knew how to make sure the right damage went to the right unit. The next one we have is Sierra, Lauren, Perna, which is a pretty meta-relevant defense. You see this quite often in the Guardian 1, Guardian 2 range for Siege. And then that's exactly why I brought the Joltan, is I wanted the strip and defense break on him. Perna would attack my Joltan because of defense break. I'm not looking for Joltan survivability at this point. I just want that first turn not to hurt. Get the revenge kill on the Perna. Try for the stun, does not work. Sarah's already blown her detonate, so I don't have to worry about that. Easy kill on the Perna, second go around. My Perna's got 2 lives. Leica is, beyond Sierra going proc nuts and multiple stuns, not going to die. Next one is the Water Barb, Skogul, and a Triana. So I brought a pretty simple defense, or not simple offense, but reliable. Iris, Fran, and Lauren. I'm just going to manipulate attack bar, make sure the damage goes where I want it to go, and prevent or sustain myself through the match. It doesn't matter how many times Skogul drops the rock. Between Fran and Iris, the healing is plentiful. My Iris is on a revenge despair build, so him landing brand on my Iris actually helped me because they're going to focus on that one more, which is going to allow me to sneak in a few more stuns. As you see, Skogul's had the rock up for quite a while now, but still has not been able to drop it. Now I'm going to make sure that the Triana does not get the cleanse off. Or attack bar manipulation. Lauren doing Lauren things. And the reason for this is like if I would have brought like Astar like I did the first time around, the Triana has the chance of stopping the instantaneous death, throwing it up, and then things go sideways pretty quick, which I understand is the point of the defense. So Skogul's biggest enemy is attack bar manipulation. And now we've gone 27 turns and he's finally gotten to drop the rock. And I'll just heal back up and repeat the process. Triana's cleanse and immunity is already on cooldown, so I don't have to worry about that. Now I'll prevent Skogul from throwing the rock up. This is more of a waiting game. The water barb is still annoying. Just not as game breaking as he was a year ago when he first appeared into the meta. Now the Skogul's down, the big DPS threat is gone, so now I'll just start working on this Barbarian King, and then I'll use Iris to keep Triana silenced so I don't have to worry about the cleanse and the immunity. Overall, good defense. Once again, got dual property from wind units, so not overly fond of that, especially if someone's got a speed-tuned Vertiheal and Rauk. I don't use either of mine in PvP, so I'm not overbearingly confident in that comp. Alright, so we have Copper Bulldozer and Amesity on defense. So I brought my Water Cat, Astar, and Gemini. Pretty simple reason why I brought Gemini was for the AoE defense break, which is going to nerf the ability of Copper Bulldozer to deal any real damage. Brought Astar for big damage on wind units. My Water Cat did Water Cat things, took down the dozer well enough. Astar does have a 2-turn silence, so prevents dozer from using his S3. And this time I'm just splashing the damage around, because as Astar's life total diminishes, the speed increases, so I knew I was going to lap. Alright, we have Susano, Garo, and Orion. Very meta defense, still see a lot of it, even though it's fallen out of favor in the higher guilds in G3. So I brought my Garo, my Fire Stringmaster, and Ramagos. Pretty simple. Ramagos is going to tank the damage from the Garo, or Garo is going to take the damage from Garo, and it doesn't matter really. The third skill from the Stringmaster will provide attack buff as long as it's in song form. The second one will leech 5% life every turn, which I wanted to use it to sort of counteract a little bit on the Garo's life gain. And then, as you saw, I was able to one-shot the Susano with Ramagos. And then you just got to deal with Gemini and his Orion and his shenanigans. The evil blue hamster. The other reason why I brought the Song Magician or String Master is that mine's really fast. Now we'll go on to the last battle, and it's a meta galleon Yin Clara. So this was the other way that I was talking about how I beat this defense. I bring in the Water Frank, who, as you saw, mine disappeared in that. Yin got some crits and some procs, so was not expecting that. Rather beefy, or not beefy Yin, but a lot of damage. And then it's on to my Raccoony versus Galleon, so we're going to sit here a while. Possibly rethink our lives. But typically, if a bulldozer, or not bulldozer, the Water Frankenstein doesn't get procced on and doesn't have all 3 dots landed, he can survive 2 turns, which allows to provide a stun on the Clara the next turn, and then allowing for the Fire or Shock Shot to knock out Yin. But, I mean, in this world where Raccoony has to 1v1 Galleon, Raccoony's going to win, I would assume, 90% of the time, barring some insane Galleon procs. As you see, he is running his on, I believe, a violent build. Or it's just really, really fast and lapping my slow Raccoony because my Raccoony's only got plus 80 speed. So, I don't use Raccoony often either. But overall, very solid defenses. Only a couple of them that I took issue with because of the double element on the same defense. Keep up the good work, and if you guys see anything I missed, feel free to leave it in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.